So the other thing that's kind of really worth pondering about this recession, so first we already talked about the fact that kind of the underlying causes of this recession is like nothing we have seen in the last 100 years. But there's something else that makes it really, really unusual, and that is how global it is. Today, we as a mankind are more far away from each other than we have ever been. You could not hop on a plane and fly to China. You cannot hop on a plane and fly to Russia. The international travel is at pretty much all-time low. It's literally impossible to travel to many destinations. Domestic travel is at an incredible low. So for the first time, people from different countries could not possibly travel to another place. So we are as far as we have ever been from each other. But at the same time, we are closer to each other than we have ever been. Because I am as close to you, Lev, as close to anybody else who might be listening to this video as I am to my next door neighbor. I couldn't come over and see him. So we are all one click away from each other. And maybe this recession will be remembered as the recession where the distance started to die. Back in the early days of the internet, many people expected that internet will bring the death of distance. And it didn't, not at all. But maybe the predictions were not wrong. Maybe they were just 30 years ahead of the time. So I think that one of the things that is starting to change during this recession, our relationships with the rest of the world is starting to change, both in the way how we communicate and how we think about it psychologically. The world became a very, very small place in some ways. The experience of people in everywhere across the globe is remarkably similar. This recession hit every country at very, very similar ways at the same time, like nothing before. There were other pandemics in the history of the world, right? There was the Spanish flu a little over 100 years ago that impacted almost all the countries, but it was spreading slowly. It was very different in different countries. It wasn't something that just unfolded in a matter of several weeks. So there's something else that is different about this pandemic. So it hit everybody at almost the same time, which no other pandemic in the history of the world did, right? So there were many great plagues, much, much worse than this one, but they have never impacted the world as simultaneously as this one. And I think maybe it would bring more global consciousness. Maybe we will kind of realize more than ever before that there's one world, that cases travel from country to country, that there's this, suddenly the mankind has a common enemy, COVID-19, and maybe we'll unify against it. It's nothing like a common enemy.